In this video, we're going to look at what spending just £46 on a laptop gets you. That's right, £46 for a laptop. So I'm Gavin from Lucid Computer Solutions. Welcome to the channel. If you don't subscribe, please do so. And yeah, let's get started and with a bit of context to begin with. So I was looking around for a really small and light laptop. This is for a very specific task, which requires very little resources. So I was digging around for a very small laptop. And in doing so, I stumbled across a laptop that with delivery cost me £46. And I found that really interesting because obviously you can spend a lot of money on a laptop, and I just wondered, and I thought it may be of interest to see what spending £46 on a laptop gets you. So the very first thing to say here is this is not a brand new laptop. If you think you're going to get a brand new laptop for £46, I'm afraid not. So it's a refurbished laptop that I bought for £46. And what did I get? So I got this. This is a GeoBook 110. Now, the very first thing I will say is it came in its original box, which for £46, I actually find quite remarkable. I was just expecting a laptop wrapped in some bubble wrap to come through the post, but it's come in its original box, which is super impressive for £46. You know, you've got to have context here. So yeah, I found this 11-inch GeoBook. I think the model is 110. This has a massive spec of an Intel Celeron processor. So that, in real world terms, that's a really cheap bottom of the range processor. What do you expect? It's got 4 gig of RAM and it's not upgradable. So don't think you can get this and upgrade the RAM in it. I'm afraid you can't. You're stuck with what's in it. And also it's got just 64 gigabytes of storage. Again, this is fixed to the board. You cannot upgrade this laptop. So just to be absolutely clear, don't think you're going to get it really cheap, upgrade it and have a higher spec. You're not. You are stuck with the spec. But what I need it for, that's completely okay to have 4 gig of RAM and 64 gigabit of storage, because I'm not going to be storing files on it. And I'm not going to actually run Windows on this either. I'm going to come back to that in a second. I will elaborate. I will discuss why. But yeah, out of the box, this is running Windows 11, I believe. And I think it's the S edition, which is like a lockdown version of Windows. It's easy for you to flip it out of S mode. Basically, all S mode is, it means you can only install apps from the Microsoft Store. Let's face it, who uses the Microsoft Store? I've basically never really used the Microsoft Store ever, and I don't expect you to either. So you can flip it out of S mode and use full-blown Windows 11. However, huge disclaimer, and this is why I'm not going to run Windows on this. I think the spec's too low to properly run Windows. I think 4 gig of RAM with a Celeron processor, I think it's going to really struggle. By all means, go ahead and try it yourselves. But my intention is to actually install Linux on this laptop, which I know will run really quickly, even on this low spec of laptop. So again, context here. You could use Windows on it if you wish, but I think it will be really, really slow. However, if you're happy to install Linux or get somebody to help you install Linux on it, I think it will actually be really quick, as silly as it sounds with this slow spec. So I've not even got this out the box and had a look at it myself yet. So we're going to go on a journey here. I'm going to do complete first impressions. So what does my £46, including delivery, get me? Well, it gets me the original box, which is, like I said, I find that truly amazing. So I'm just going to go ahead and open the box and take the laptop out and we'll have a look. So this was described as obviously refurbished grade B. Now grade B, obviously it all depends on who you're getting it from, but it's fair to expect on any refurbished laptop to have scratches, and then maybe dependent on the description and the condition, it could have a little a little dent to it. It might have a chip in it or something like that. You need to read the description very carefully. This was described as grade B, therefore I fully expect this to have scratches and marks on it. I expect it to be fully working, by the way, and the display to be fully working and the keyboard to be fully intact. I'm not expecting it to have fallen apart, but will there be scratches on the casing? Yes, more than likely. Now look, it's also wrapped as well. You know, for £46, that is staggering. There's me saying I'd expect scratches all over it and it to be battered. Quite honestly, it looks mint. It looks really nice. And do you know what? It feels nice as well. It doesn't feel super cheap. Even new, it was super cheap. But let's open it up and have a look. Oh, wow. It's even got the original Geo little kind of keyboard and screen protector. 46 quid. Again, the keyboard looks immaculate. It's fully intact. There's no visible signs of wear or, you know, like the keys being scratched away so you can't see what key it is. There's absolutely no sign of that. It's better than grade B condition. That is mint. Condition wise, that honestly is mint. Keyboard looks decent, you know. It looks okay. I will give it obviously a proper test. So I'll more than likely do a follow-up video when I've fully set it up how I want to set it up and give you some proper feedback on the day-to-day use. But first impressions, 46 quid, that is amazing. Connectivity wise, we've got a USB port, we've got an SD card slot, we've got an audio jack for headphones, we've got a mini HDMI connection, another USB port, and obviously the power connector. That's all you get. But for £46, I tell you what, for £46, this, like I said, I don't recommend running Windows on it, but you could, and it will be absolutely fine for super basic web surfing and maybe creating documents online in the likes of Google Docs or 365 online. This won't run full-blown Microsoft Office, so don't even go there. You're not going to be able to do that. But like I said, I'm going to put Linux on it, and I think it'll run LibreOffice, which is a free alternative to Microsoft Office. Not that I need it to. Like I said, I'm using this to run a couple of web browser tabs, and that's all I need it to do. And I need it to sit on the corner of my desk. Hence, I need it to be really small. But you know what? It's super light as well. So if you were out and about a lot on the move, look, that's me holding it with one hand, look. My hands are fairly big, but even so, it's not much, you know, it's not that big, is it? It's tiny. I think that for £46, if you just needed to go online, produce some documents online, and that's it, because that's all you're going to do with this. Honestly, that's money well spent. £46. And the condition of it is amazing. Now, obviously, I don't know what the battery life is going to be like because it's a refurbished unit. Oh yes, screen resolution. I think it claims to be HD. So that is 1366 by 768. So I don't know what the performance of the display will be like in reality, but again, I will give it a go and let you know. So it's not going to be mind blowing, but it's going to work. That's the point, you know. If you're on a super tight budget and you just need to go on the internet and type out some stuff for £46, like, you ain't going to get anything better for £46, in my opinion, in this condition in 2024. Really, really good. In the box as well, we came with the power lead, as we'd expect, and it came with a bit with the bump as well, again, which is amazing for a refurbished laptop. Not that you need it, it's like a little setup guide or something. I'm not too interested in that, but it came in the original box. That condition, £46, really good. So what I'll do is I'll go away and set it up what I'm going to be using this for, which is a couple of web browser tabs sat on the corner of my desk. I will use the keyboard. I'll check out the display. I'll see what battery life actually get of it. I'm not that bothered because I don't actually need to use it on the battery. It's going to be plugged into the mains pretty much all the time. But I'll just give you an idea in a follow-up video maybe. So yeah, I don't want to get into all the nitty-gritty of why I'm putting Linux on it, really. All I can say is Linux will fly even on this super low spec machine, whereas Windows will struggle. And That's not what I need this laptop for. So there we go. I've been Gavin from Lucid Computer Solutions. If you're not currently yet subscribed, please do so. If you've got any questions for me or comments, please do put them down below. I do review the comments and I do try and get back to everybody, so please feel free to do so. When you're doing that though, don't ask me silly questions like, is this suitable for to play games on? Is this suitable to do CAD design? Is this suitable to do video production? No, no, and no. It won't even run Microsoft Office properly, so bear that in mind. But feel free to ask any sensible questions. Please check out the links down below to connect with me on Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, all that fun stuff as well. That's all down there. And yeah, that's been me, Gavin from Lucid Computer Solutions, with a £46 laptop. See you next time.